Advocates in Action Rhode Island presents Who's the Boss? A conversation about the role of support staff. Presented by Debbi, Coury, and Deanne Gagne.
How's everybody doing today?
I want to be the boss of me and try to speak up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hi, Deb.
Hey, I had trouble getting in here. I don't know what happened, but I'm here.
Okay, good. I already have it going, and I guess we're just gonna wait a few more minutes to see if
That makes sense. And then, do you think we should introduce ourselves and then introduce everybody?
Yeah.
Or introduce?
So what I thought we'd do, because Deb had talked, had asked me to come and help you. And
Thank you.
She said, so we kind of talked about an icebreaker, so we'll have people go around and do an icebreaker. And
Cool.
so if you want, I'll start it and we could just go from there. But I want to wait a few more minutes just to make sure that everybody's coming.
Sounds perfect.
All right. So I think we can get started. Welcome everybody to Who's the Boss? So this is just going to be a conversation that we're all going to have. Hi, Amy. I'm sorry.
Hi.
But first, before we do that, I thought we'd do an icebreaker. How's that sound?
Yeah, I would like to do that.
You would like to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to unmute people so they can all participate. Are you ready to do this?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna go around
Hello.
and say our name, right? Say
Yeah.
who we are, and then say one thing that we like about spring. How's that?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Deb, do you want to start?
Yes.
Sure. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I'm Debbi Coury,
Hello.
and I'm presenting. Hello. I'm presenting
Hello.
with Deanne today, and I'm so glad that you're here with me. And I love everything about spring. It makes me so happy. I love when the sun comes out. I love growing vegetables and fruit. And I have not followed directions because I said more than one thing. So I'll let you move on to the next person.
All right. So I'm gonna go on the screen. Okay. So on my screen after Debbi is Mark.
Hi,
Thank you.
can you hear me now?
I can.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm Mark, and I like having fun on the bike path.
Oh, you do?
Do you ride the bike? Do you ride the bike, Mark?
I have what is called an accompanied bike, which is low to the ground and bright orange.
Nice.
It's on
Good.
my parents'
I
house.
want one.
I know.
You
So the next person I have on my screen is Karen and Sherry.
Yeah, I like spring, like nice weather. Cheery.
What's your name?
Yeah. And what do you like about spring?
I like spring because you get the nice weather, but the only problem is I'm allergic to pollen.
That's troubling too.
That's hard too. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Great. The next person I have is Anne.
I'm Anne LeClaire. I work with the Division of Developmental Disabilities, and I also have allergies, so I like that there's allergy medicine that lets me enjoy the nice weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the next one on the screen is I think it says Stephanie. Yes.
It's nice to get out.
It's nice to get out. Is
And
that
I like the weather.
is that what you like about the spring? Yeah.
Yeah, I like to get out and do stuff.
Outside.
Nice.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hey. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Erin.
So I'm gonna go to you next, Amy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So what do you like about who are you and what do you like about spring?
Well, I am the Ava Voice Madam President.
Oh,
I like to take walks, enjoy the weather, and keep
nice.
myself calm, cool, and collected.
That sounds good.
Thank you.
And
I need to work on that.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not
Right.
good at getting out and taking
Oh,
walks.
you're not?
No.
Oh, my God.
I don't even
Oh,
take
my-
rides. So,
Ava,
you know,
relaxing.
I'm gonna say hi about Amy, right?
so I'm gonna go ahead.
You and Amy are
Yeah.
good friends. You guys are friends.
Hi, Erin.
Okay.
Having a conversation with everybody,
Yeah.
getting to know everybody.
Hi, Christy.
Amy, who is with you? Maybe we
It's
could go to the next person that's
Joe.
with you. Is that Ron?
No, it's Joe.
That's me.
No.
Joe
I'm,
Tisdale.
I'm to her right, and
He's
Yep.
right.
So
I was a graduate in this program, in this
I'll be back in this.
Advocates in Action.
I know,
and,
Joe. I know.
The only gripe I have about this spring is because of the wildfires that are going on out there in the western part of the country of Canada, near British Columbia, Alberta,
Yeah.
and Manitoba, as well
Okay.
as Saskatchewan.
So Joe, you're right. That's all happening, right?
That's concerning.
But who are you and what do you like about spring?
And the spring weather is nice until you get into a situation like I just described, like what's
Yeah.
going on right now in
Yes.
those 4 provinces in
Yep.
the west part of the country.
That's
Okay.
true.
And the person behind you is
This is Bonnie.
It's Ron
Ronnie, right?
Ron Grilla.
So Ron, what?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What do you like about spring?
Yeah.
I will stay home, watch the TV,
What?
and I watch the TV at home, I watch the TV at my house,
You watch
TV
TV?
at your house?
watch the TV at my house, watch the TV, and sometimes either do something, I take care of her, sometimes that trip, sometimes too, so,
Preparing for a trip?
yeah.
Good.
That sounds really good.
I'm preparing for a trip too.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
go to Florida.
You're going to Florida?
Right.
Good.
Be my
Good.
airport.
I'm gonna go ahead and go over to Deb Wilcox. I'm sorry. Doris, how are
Who's
you?
Doris? Raise your hand if you're Doris. I don't know if she can hear us.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Can you raise your hand if
She
you
on
hear
mute?
us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good, good.
Say hi, Doris. Doris is
Hi,
on
Doris.
on behalf of her.
Okay. All right. So,
Oh, there you go. Okay,
Hey.
good.
so Doris, what do you like about spring?
She likes to be able to go out in the nice weather and go shopping.
Nice. I do too. I do
Oh,
too.
a beautiful smile, Doris.
I love it. Thank you.
We're happy to meet you.
Thank you.
And I am the last person. My name is Deanne, and I like to go outside without any coats on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or
easier to
any
get
extra layers, or just be able to walk outside and enjoy the weather. But I too
That's a
have
good point.
allergies, so I have to be careful. So,
Mhm.
but it's all good. So we are gonna get started, because this workshop is about who's the boss, right? So we just wanted to have a conversation about that. And Deb, I'm gonna let you take it. I'm gonna let you kind of.
Okay, sure, absolutely. And I think one of the reasons that I'm here to talk about this is because my daughter, Leah, she is 36 years old. Some of you may know her, uses self-directed supports. And she and I together are the boss. So I guess I would say I was her assistant boss, right? So, and we employ a man named Steve who has been supporting Leah for about, oh gosh, 11 or 12 years. And one of the things that we love about self-supports is that Leah and I get to design and individualize her schedule and make decisions based on her needs, her wants, her desires. And she's definitely an individual. I wish she could be here right now, but she's out with Steve doing what she wants to do, not what I tell her to do or anybody else. She started out working with an agency, and the agency wasn't bad, but there were a lot of things she wanted to do in the community, and there was some limitations. And so we decided to try self-directed supports and let Leah kind of direct the way of her life. And she has much more say in that through self-directed supports. And we've been doing it for, oh gosh, 15 years, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So we'd like to just talk about today what self-directed is and how we can self-direct our own life and be the boss with staff. Deanne, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna jump in a little bit because it's a little bit different than the self-directed workshop that we have going on right now. And so really it's self-directed, but it's also if you get services from an agency, how many of you get services from an agency too?
Okay.
Like,
I see. I'm sorry.
no, that's okay. You're good. I just want to make the distinction a little bit. So
no, I understand completely. I guess I was a little confused, but I'm glad you're here.
So we even though some of you get service from an agency, understanding that you're still the boss and what it is that you need from your staff in order to live your life, kind of thing. So, what is it that you want from staff? And remembering that, because a lot of times people think, even when they get services from an agency or not from an agency, they still think their staff is the boss, right? But really, you're the boss.
Yes.
Right? So I guess I could start out by asking, like, what do you guys like about your staff? Sherry, do you wanna say? And then I'll go to Deb.
I like my staff because they keep me safe.
That's so important.
Stephanie has her hand raised up.
Yes, I like my staff a lot because I get more like nice. They're nice to me, and
they're nice to you. Yep.
Yeah,
that's a good feeling.
Deb, what were you gonna say?
I think what I was going to say was thinking about Leah, and what she likes about her staff is that he listens to her and he understands what her strengths are and what she wants to work on. And they have common interests, which is art and writing. And he helps to support her in different ways that she needs, but he also really listens to her desire to be independent and lets her, do what she can and supports her when needed. So he doesn't like take over for her.
So that's a good point, right? So do your staff listen to what you want? If you said you wanted, if you wanted to do something today, of course you're here, so we're grateful that you're here. And I'm assuming you made that choice, right?
Yeah,
And they honored that, right? So do people feel listened to? Like, do they
they support me.
support you? So that's cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Amy or Joe or Ron?
I listen to our staff at home and they support all of us.
They support all of you, and you listen
Yeah,
to your
at our
staff.
house, yeah, and here.
And some of us need, the benefit
Yeah.
of what's called circle of trust. And that's been an issue with some of the participants, especially when things pop up and the staff says, oh, I gotta do something else. Especially when, like a 4th of July comes up and they're trying to get to an event that's related to the 4th of July or something like that.
So what happened? So that's a good conversation to talk about. So what happens when you want to do something and the staff say, "Oh, I can't. I gotta go here instead." So what happens?
Then you can't do that. Then you can't go to the holiday function that you wanted to go to. That's bloody ridiculous. You can't deny the person that opportunity.
That is ridiculous.
Right. So agencies and staff are not bad. And nobody's bad. They're trying to do their best. But I think when we talk about who's the boss, if they can't do it, people have to try to help you figure out how you can get to where you need to go. And so there are many ways to do that, right? You could ask for
Especially if
friends.
you want to go to the firework display and the staff that you wanted to go to is trying to be out of the state. When you're trying to do something like that, and you have to search for another individual to go to the bloody park or go to the stadium where the fireworks are being fired off.
Yeah.
I think you're bringing up a really good point. What happens when you want to do something, but it doesn't go along with what the staff and maybe the rest of the group has planned? What happens?
I know.
No, especially when you're trying to go to a 4th of July and your staff is like, well, I can't do this because I'm going to be in like New York.
So what do you do, Joe?
Then you have to try and look for another individual to go with. Otherwise, you're not going to go to the bloody place and you're going to miss out.
Right.
How does your staff help you figure out?
That's a good question, because I've had that experience with a Special Olympics, and we had to go to someone else who was more responsible after that. When the people I live with had to go to someone's graduation and they had to go to someone else they could rely on.
Yeah. So Amy is about ready to have her hand fall off. So
Exactly.
Talk.
So what do you do, Amy? What do you do? Do you want to go somewhere and staff can't take you?
Or I could wait till some other time to go.
You can wait for another time. Does your staff listen to what you want and need, and do they help you figure out how to make those plans? Or
yeah, we talk about it.
Good that you talk about it. That's good to hear.
And I'm so busy while I'm in my room and waiting. Sometimes I have a hard time waiting, so
yeah,
I just try
a lot
and
of us
do
do.
what I need to do. Relaxation, OT, PT. Yeah.
So
deep breathing.
Yep. So you do.
They help you find ways to cope. Sorry, Deanne. I'm sorry. You go
ahead.
ahead.
No, Deb, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to hear if your staff is helping you find ways to cope with waiting.
Cope, yeah.
So that's good to hear. They're listening to what your needs are, what you need to work on.
I help myself cope.
To help yourself cope. I like to hear that.
Thanks.
And I wish I knew all your names, and it doesn't say in the box, but the person behind you has his hand up. So
Ron.
Money.
What would you like to say? We'd love to hear from you.
That's her
the,
line.
the behaviors that my husband Sherman, and my behavior or I had to train him. Sometimes the behavior problems. And I don't
Yeah.
want the forces at all. I don't want that at all.
You don't like that?
And the forces, I'm tired of the forces running my house at all. I don't like that at all. Today. I don't want that attitude right now. Oh.
You don't like that
it?
attitude?
Attitude, behavior, don't like at all. I said disgusted.
You're disgusted.
I said disgusted behavior in my house.
Oh.
And who has this behavior that you don't like?
Well, his behavior problem stop. Her behavior to stop hitting people, biking people, hitting people, pushing.
Hitting?
In.
Hitting.
Yeah.
Is that, are you talking about
Either
something?
my house that's
Okay.
German. I don't like it. I don't like that.
No.
She won't like it at all.
No.
No.
Hitting and
Maybe it's embarrassing.
it's embarrassing.
I don't want that. I don't like it. But you know, sometimes I'm focused about stuff. I'm not just joking.
I'm just not sure who's hitting.
I don't understand it either. I just got it from being in the lab.
Are you staff?
No, that trip that people.
Oh,
Who's doing the hitting?
Oh, somebody that he lives with, right?
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
And how does staff listen and support you through that difficult situation?
They help you through things like that?
Yeah, my house at trim.
Are they good to you?
Sometimes at trim, I'm not like it.
You don't like it?
No, don't like that at all.
Okay.
No, that's not good. But
No.
is someone helping you with that? Do you have a staff in your home that's helping with those behaviors so that, yeah, so is someone hitting you though?
Sometimes I don't like it.
No.
No.
No, okay. Are you saying that you get hit sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah.
He doesn't like it.
Yeah, I would.
No.
We definitely want to know about that. But also we want to know that you're able to talk to the staff and tell them your concerns and that you're being listened to and someone's helping you with that. That's very important. And you have a right to say, I don't like that.
Don't teach about that. True. Our forces is not true.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Bob.
Oh, sometimes I hit this is Amy again.
Okay.
Sometimes I hit myself. I tell
Yeah.
myself to shut up. And I lock myself in my room. I hurt my feelings and make myself cry.
Yeah.
Oh,
So your staff help you with that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they kind of give you other ways to cope.
Yeah.
With that situation, right?
That's right.
So
I see. Okay. And what kind of ways do they help you with that?
Well, they help me when they ask me. They help me relax.
Good. I saw Doris's hand up and
then I see Sherry.
Yeah. Should we give?
So let's go to Doris first because we have.
Yes, let's give Doris a chance first.
Yeah.
Doris, did you want to tell us something?
Hi. Do you like the staff here? Yeah.
If you like the staff, put your thumb up.
Clap. Clap if you like this. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That's good. Thank you for sharing that.
Do you feel like they listen to you, Doris?
Do we listen to you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your thumb up or thumb down. Do they listen? Yes or?
Yep. Her clapping means yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Doris. And I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Sherry and Karen were.
Okay, let's hear from you guys.
Talking about the
What would you like to tell us?
I think I'm the boss.
You're the boss.
Yes. How are you the boss? What does that mean to you?
When the staff says something, I listen, or some other time I don't.
Sometimes you listen and sometimes you don't.
And so when they tell you something, Karen,
Yeah.
and you listen, is it because you want to do that, or is it because you're just saying yes to?
I just say yes.
You're just saying yes to yes, or you
Yeah.
just
Is there a time when you don't want to do something? And how do you handle that?
I won't talk.
You what?
I won't talk.
You don't talk?
You won't talk.
Do you feel comfortable to say, that's not something I'm interested in?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you feel that you're listened to?
Yeah.
Good. I mean, we all have to do things we don't want to do sometimes. That's true, but it's good to know that our staff is listening to us and that they're helping us figure out ways that we can get to do what we need to do, or at least what's involved in those steps. And then also, we need to understand if we're doing something we don't want to do, maybe going to a doctor's appointment or something, why we have to do that. And we need to be part of that decision making, right? And I think most importantly, we want to have a good dialogue, a good conversation with our staff. We want them to know us and know what we need, what we want, how we feel. And we need to be able to trust and feel safe, like you had said. We haven't heard much from Mark. Would you like to talk to us a little bit about what works with your staff and do they listen to you? And are you the boss of yourself?
Sometimes other people are the boss.
Sometimes.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, in the afternoon, when Sharon gets here, that's my new/old caregiver
What do I say?
that comes in the afternoon from 2:30 on to bedtime, tucks me in, and goes home after a while.
Okay.
And stays with me.
Stays with you?
Yes.
And how do you feel about your relationship with him and your ability
Not
to...
him, a woman.
It's a her. It's a.
Oh, I apologize.
No, that's okay. Because right now
Sorry.
right now he has a male.
Oh, that was my fault. Sometimes I don't hear well.
So
But
I feel happy.
Mark, you mentioned like sometimes you're not the boss, right?
Right.
So I know you, and you self-direct your services, correct?
Yes.
So, and you said that the staff that comes in next, right? Not the one you have now, but the one that comes in next. You feel like she's the boss sometimes.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Cause she asks me, like, for example, when I go to my parents to see them, like, I only go there on the weekend, but if there's a function, like, for example, this Saturday, there's going to be a 70s dance at my church. It's called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on 1000 Narragansett Parkway.
Are you going?
Of course I am.
Of course.
And so are my parents.
So what is it about, so you started to say, like, for instance, when I go with my parents, to what?
I hang out with them. I go to their house
Yeah.
from my apartment.
Yep. So that's awesome, but you said that sometimes you don't feel like you're the boss because your staff question you about that, right?
Right.
Did you hear that right? So what do you do when she questions you about it?
I don't know.
Do you feel like your staff is listening to you and paying attention to what's that?
I hope so.
You hope so. Yeah, we hope so too.
So what are some ways that if you feel like people aren't listening to you? Because at the end of the day, at the end of this workshop, we're just trying to have a conversation about remembering that, we have staff to help us, and, agencies or not agencies, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, people are supposed to be listening to us, right? So that's where you're the boss comes in, because really without you, the agencies wouldn't exist, the staff wouldn't exist, like, so it's really about you. Now, that being said, I think we talked a little bit about it earlier, and there's some compromises that you need to make, whether you're living with somebody else or you're having but I forgot where it was.
At the end of the day,
Talking about agents.
they're there for you. It's all about you.
I mean,
Right. And so, we have to do some compromising and stuff.
Yeah.
Because we can't have everything we want, but we need to make sure that we get what we want and need. So
And that we're heard.
Choice.
Right.
about what
Right.
we-
We need to have options, choices, and most importantly, we need to be heard, respected.
Right.
We need to have a voice to be able and to know who we are and what we want and need.
And patience too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, lots of patience.
That's a virtue.
Somebody has their hand up.
I know, I'm gonna unmute them. Hold on one sec.
The screen has changed.
The screen has changed? Well, yes, I see that Joe and Amy and Ron are all in pink. I don't know what happened, but
Oh, she really wants to talk up there.
I am the boss, and if staff's not listening, I guess I could have them listen. If they don't listen, I usually hide in my room. I'm kind of a hermit.
if they don't listen to you, you hide in your room?
Yes, I keep everything inside, and it's not good.
Oh, that's not good.
Why do you hide?
Do you have ways that you can let your staff know that you're keeping things inside and that you really want to be able to feel safe to tell them what you're feeling and thinking?
Nope.
Yes. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do.
That's good. And how does that work for you?
And it's not good that I run out of the house out of anger.
Sometimes you run out of the house out of anger.
Yeah. And I want
what?
I want to be able to speak up, but most staff won't let me do that.
Well, do they help you to do that in an appropriate, safe way?
Yeah.
And how do they do that?
There's one specific staff I like.
Yeah.
It's Britt, Brianna, and Tara.
And do you feel like they give you a safe place to open up and express what you're thinking and feeling?
Yes.
Yeah. It's so important that we feel heard, all of us. And like Deanne says, our staff is there for us. They're there to support us, keep us safe, and to really listen to us and help us cope, help us figure out ways to get what we want, like Deanne said. We can't always have what we want, but we need, what's that?
Gene Bauman knew me for a long, long, long time.
All right, you're gonna listen to them now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can hear Jean in the background. I've known
Hi,
her
Jean.
for a very long time too. But hello.
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 Hi, Jean.
Hey, Amy.
But so I guess the point is though, is that, you know, we can't always have what we want, but we have to, so we may have to, you know, give and take and stuff, but the most important part is that we feel heard, and we remember that we're, you know, we're the boss. So if we want to do something, we have to be able to speak up and say,
Yes.
and not just say, oh, I want to do that, but really kind of say, I want to do that, and how can we make that happen?
What are the steps?
Right. What are the steps? And
What
I'm
are-
not saying we have to say it like that. We could just be like, okay, I understand you can't take me, but who can? Because this is really important to me. This is part of my life. This is part of my goal.
Yes.
This is
That sounds like something I brought up earlier.
Yes, it does. It really does.
Yep.
Well, we have to use our words.
We have to use
Use
your
our
Communicate.
words or find a way to let the staff know.
What we
And,
want
you
to
know,
do.
there's a lot of things that we want in life that aren't simple, right? We
Them
can't
to help
necessarily
us,
say, I want to go to Disney World and then expect somebody to bring us. But what we can do is say, you know, if it's Disney World, for instance, or somewhere else that you want to go, or some
Or
big goal you
SeaWorld.
have,
or
we
SeaWorld.
can talk to
Or
our
Branson.
staff about
Yeah.
what can make these things happen? What do I need to do to make these things
Yeah.
happen? And, you know, that would be like looking at all the steps that we need to take. And sometimes there might be something that we want, but we don't really understand what's involved in getting that. So that's where I think the staff should be able to really help us
And support us.
understand
Yeah.
what we need to do, what steps we need to take. Like Deanne said, if one staff can't take you somewhere, you know, is there someone else that can?
Yeah.
Can we take an Uber or a bus? And if we don't know how to do that,
vans.
is there ways to
We have a
learn?
van at our house.
You have a van, right?
And we have cars.
So you have a van. So there's always, we want to know what our options
And no
are.
car.
But most importantly, like Deanne said, we need to have a voice. We need to understand what we want.
Yeah.
You have to know yourself too, right? So those profiles that we make and those plans and thinking about who we are and what we want.
Plan ahead.
And then we need to speak up and say, this is important to me. This
All
is
about
really
plan ahead.
important to me.
Always plan ahead, right?
That's right.
And,
Plan
and the
ahead.
staff should help us plan ahead.
Yeah.
They should help us make plans.
Right.
Somebody had their hand up.
Yes,
Ronnie?
I told you. You were
I
talking.
understand why the force is going on.
Okay, I'm gonna start muting.
Don't read the rock.
Is that Bob?
I think that's
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
Ron.
Did you have something to say, Bob? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
It's Ron.
Ron, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I need to have my ears
Those
down.
bloody names, correct.
Going on. I don't want that, so.
What's
what you don't like.
The behaviors is to stop.
Yeah.
the behaviors? You don't like the behaviors.
And I don't like it. So,
Somebody that you live with?
no, I'm at church time with behaviors.
Is it somebody you live with, Ron?
No, I'm at church time.
At church. Somebody
Yeah.
at church.
Yeah,
Oh.
cut it out.
You don't like the behaviors of somebody at church.
Yeah,
And I like that you can speak up about that and tell us that about something that you don't like, that you're not comfortable with.
Mm-mm.
And that's what we're talking about, is speaking up. Now, are you able to talk to your staff, the people that can help you figure out what to do?
Yep, that's right. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. So you do that? You talk to staff?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I understand that the force is going on. So, how about that?
No. Do they understand and they listen and they
Listen to me.
good?
Me.
I think it's so important for us to be heard, to be
Mhm.
validated.
Yep.
You know, we all need that. And we are the boss of ourselves, and our staff is there to help us with our own lives and support us through that.
Yep, I understand.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead, Deanne. What
I
did you
was
want to
just
say?
gonna
Something?
say that because I feel like I've been saying it all along, but
That's
to
good.
also remember that, you know, they're here to help us, but they're also there to help us live our lives, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, when you know, so this workshop is all about being the boss of
Yep.
us and making sure that we and the staff
Yes.
understand and listen to what we need. And so a lot of times, as I said in the beginning, people will say, oh, I have to ask my staff. And or I have to find, you know, they're my supervisor.
Yeah, I understand that too.
They're my
I
boss.
understand
And
that.
the fact is that you have to let people know what you want to do.
Yep,
But
I
it
understand
doesn't
that.
mean you can't do it. Just because they say no, like there are other options, there are other people, there are other things that you can do
Yep.
to make sure you get to do
Yeah.
what you want to do in your life.
It's important to know what your options are. Your staff should be helping you know what your options are.
Yep.
Because we can't always do and get what we want.
Right.
None of us can, but it's not just, no, you can't. It's really understanding, why can't I right now? Are there steps I can take to get to where I want to go?
Yep.
You know, and then you make the choice. Maybe this wasn't really a choice I wanted to make, but your staff should be helping you think that through.
Yeah, I understand
And
that. I understand that.
and giving you options to make choices. You should always have choices.
Yep.
respectable choices.
Respectable choices, right?
Respectable choices. Respectable choices.
So we have 5 more minutes and then it's gonna be lunchtime. So I want to be mindful of that. So are there any more questions? And if not,
Deanne,
yes,
we have less than 5 minutes.
We do.
Well, yeah, okay, so it's 4 minutes now.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 4 minutes and 7 seconds.
Right
We have
down
a
to the
good
minute.
timekeeper.
So
Every second that's going by, we're losing seconds.
I
Does
know.
anybody
So-
have any? Go ahead, Deanne.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I'm just probably reiterating what you said. We want to make sure that everyone got a chance to speak today and to be heard. So
Remember who is the boss?
We are,
You are, right?
all of us, yeah.
All of you.
What do you guys want for lunch? Store?
Absolutely. So I'm just gonna remind people, I'm just gonna say thank you so much for coming to this workshop. But I also want to remind you that when you leave the room, there's a blue button on the right hand side of your computer that says leave room. When you hit that, you want to remember to continue to hit the blue button, not the red, because once you do that, you'll be kicked out of the whole thing.
Stop, don't hit red.
Don't hit red.
Hi, Karen.
Something in a minute here.
Before we go, does anybody have a comment, concern?
I do.
Okay,
I
go
want-
ahead.
I wanna do better of not running out of the house, trying to run away. I wanna be better of speaking up.
Good.
What I
That's
want.
wonderful.
Very good.
Terry, I think that you actually might like the leadership class.
Yes, I was thinking that too, Deanne.
It might help you to learn how to speak up and
that.
help you figure out what you want to do.
And you did a great job speaking up today.
Yeah.
I don't want, part of my goal is to live on my own.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, we'll say
Yeah,
goodbye now.
that's
Is
it.
it lunchtime?
It
I'm
is.
hungry.
All right. It
Was
was so
everybody-
great to have you all with us, Deanne. Thank you for, pointing me in the right direction. I'm
No worries.
so sorry. I was off in the wrong direction, but I'm so glad you were here to get me straight there. And I definitely need some
Great
bossing.
job, Deb. Great job. All right. So remember the blue button, everybody, and enjoy your lunch.
The red.
Bye.
Thanks,
The blue.
Bye,
thanks for
Jean.
participating,
Bye, Karen.
everybody.
This session was one of the amazing workshops that presenters shared at Together Again, Rhode Island's 2023 Statewide Self-Advocacy Conference. Visit our website to watch additional presentations and other recordings from this year's event at www.advocatesinaction.org. Produced by Advocates in Action Rhode Island. Copyright 2023. Remember, nothing about us without us.